Do you guys remember the first time you realized how different the reality is in Disney from the real world? You know, that first time that you finally get a slap from reality, like a brush from the real world. I know a lot of people had that experience a lot younger than I did, but y'all have to understand this. Like, I was a Disney fanatic. I still am. I loved everything. You name it, movies, shows, shorts, especially the songs. Like, I would be going through something difficult back then, and I would start singing a Disney song. I would be playing basketball with my boys, and then I would just break into some High School Musical song out of nowhere. I was that kid. I gave Disney way too much power over me. But as you can probably guess, that didn't last too long after this. This is the story of how Disney lied to me. So this story takes place around like my first year of middle school. For my Nigerian and UK viewers, that's GSS1 or year 7. So just keep in mind how young I was, alright? Y'all can't judge a kid now, can you? So I'm the new kid in school. I had an older brother at the school at that time, so everyone knew me as his brother, alright? Anytime I went around, they would call me Michael's brother. So I step into this classroom and the teacher introduces me to the class. Now she asked me to find a seat, and I see a seat right there, so I go for it. Then this girl who hated me back then but is actually one of the closest people to me right now, she said that seat belongs to someone named Aaliyah and that she'll be here tomorrow, so I better pick another seat. And then me being new and all, didn't really want to start my first day arguing with someone else, so I stood up and went to another seat. Now the next day came, and I was in class early, right? And I sat down on the seat that girl told me to get up from. Honestly, because I wanted to see her face when she came back in the seat that she told me to get up from. But also because I wanted to see this Aaliyah. You either had to be a really good person or, one of those girls that kind of runs the school. We all know those popular girls that low-key run the entire campus themselves. So class starts, and the girl that told me to leave the seat yesterday comes in, and she gives me this death stare. She stares deep into my soul. And then behind her walks in this beautiful, long-haired, light-skinned girl, and I just froze right there. So she was like, "Hey, who are you? And why are you on my seat?" And I was like, I didn't know we had permanent seats. And the girl who walked in with her was like, "I told him that was your seat. Blah 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 blah." So Aaliyah was like, "Okay, just after the class, find another one, okay?" And I was like, yeah, cool. Now I ain't even gonna try and act like I wasn't feeling shorty, because I was all over her. Like most boys in our set back then, if I'm being honest. And she wasn't even a mean girl. Not really, but she did kind of run the set. Well, the girls anyway. So time goes on, right? And I'm starting to talk to people and building a rep, right? And I don't know exactly how it started, but I would be playing this game with the girls in my set, right? I was like, I could make them blush. Again, year 7.
My nigga.
So I was doing it one day, and then Aaliyah came and was like, "I can't make her blush." So I said, "Bet." And when I started trying to make her blush, I was holding her hand, staring at her eyes. The whole Disney regular scene right before the kiss. But the problem was, I started blushing instead.
He needs some milk.
She was like she pulled out the Uno reverse card on me real quick. I was like, I'm just tired. I just finished making most of the girls blush, but that wasn't it at all. It was her, man. The way she looked at me, the way her eyes stared at me, the way her hair smelled, the way her hands felt. I lost it, bruh. Now, I go back to the hostel because school's over. I'm in my room with one of my roommates, right? And like, we get into a fight. Don't remember what it was about. And he says, I'm gonna tell Aaliyah you like her. Now, I don't know about you, but as a kid, a girl you like rejecting you was a painful thing. And you not having the balls to tell her how you felt about her yourself was just sad. So no matter how you look at it, him telling Aaliyah how I felt about her was not gonna be a good thing. So I did what all the smart little boys would do, put in the same position I was in. I chased him. We were running around school looking like anime characters. Anyway, he gets to the class where she's in. Now she's over there with her sister and a couple of her sister's friends. Now they were in a higher class than we were, so they were a bit older and a little bit more mature. And then my boy comes in screaming her name. He's like, Aaliyah, Aaliyah, Manny said he likes you. I enter the class right as he says this, right? And I look at her, because like a part of me is wondering whether she likes me back, right? You know. Don't you just miss how easy everything was back then? I mean, nowadays we're all grown up with grown up problems. Back then, the only problem we had in our relationship was whether he or she liked you back. Like, this wouldn't be how I planned it, but it wouldn't be so bad if she said she was kind of feeling me too. But no, Shorty looks at me with her eyes going up and down and says,
Ew! Ew!
Her sister and her friends start laughing, right? Bro starts laughing, and I'm standing there like I just got my heart plunged right out my body with my sweaty self from chasing this guy all the way here, and my pride virtually non-existent. Now it's at this point that I get upset, right? I'm upset at my boy for telling her. I'm upset because I got rejected in a harsh way too. And I'm upset because now everyone's laughing at me, right? So I say, I don't even like you like that. I just thought you were cool. Trying so hard to play it off. I was like, you're not even all that pretty, and you're this and that. Ladies watching this, I was young and I did not know better, alright? I got a lot of respect for women everywhere. But it didn't even faze her, bruh. Like, she was like, yeah, right. Like, what? So I ran back to the hostel, just a sad little boy that got rejected. I got back to my room and I threw it like a complete tantrum. I was like, I'm gonna murder this boy. I was saying that with tears coming down my face. It was a sad thing to watch. And my roommates were like standing at the door watching me like a movie. They were like, hey bro, yeah, what's good? You seen this? Yeah, I'm seeing this, you seen this. What we gonna do? I'm kinda hungry, you wanna go get some food? I bet. Then I went to bed. So a couple weeks or months, I don't know, Aaliyah and I started talking again. Like, remember as a kid, something would happen to you and at the moment it would feel like that was all you could think about? And it felt like it would be like that forever, but it would only last like a week or two. Yeah, this was that. One day after school, right, Aaliyah and I was, along with some of our friends, like snuck into the assembly hall and started playing around. We were jumping down from like the high ground, and Aaliyah was scared though, but you know, kids and peer pressure. So she jumped. Now she jumped off without thinking of how she'd land, so instead of jumping, she actually fell. And right before she jumped, right, I was like, she is probably not gonna land well. So I was like, I should probably stand near her. And she fell. So she fell, but I caught her fall, so technically she fell on me. Now at this point, my back hurt like hell, but I wasn't thinking about that. I was like, hey, I just saved her from a lot of hurt. Now, I don't know about y'all, but every Disney movie I have ever watched as a kid, If a guy saves a girl from certain doom, or in this case, a trip to the nurse's office, the guy gets the girl, or at least a kiss. But as you probably guessed by now, this wasn't a Disney movie. A guy in my class came and picked her up from the floor, and she completely forgot about the guy that actually caught her fall. I mean, I shouldn't have been surprised when I heard they later had some kind of relationship. I mean, with my luck, I probably should have expected it sooner. I guess that's just how things work in the real world. But it hurt. Not because she went for that guy, because I finally came to realize that Disney is not the real world. And I was like, damn, Disney lied to me. Moral of the story, kids, grow up. Don't mix Disney's world with the real world, because you're gonna end up getting hurt. Alright? Tune in for my next video coming soon. Make sure you turn on your post notifications so you won't miss anytime I upload a new video. And I'll see you next time.